Hello and welcome to today's Abhigan's Points, and we'll talk about Mamta Banerjee's visit to Delhi and the opposition politics. Why it's so important to talk about the opposition politics? Because often this question is asked that is there a weak opposition? Where is the opposition? Everybody questions the role of the Congress party. In the middle of all this, Mamta Banerjee being in Delhi, according to me, is very important. And the simple reason why it is very important is because she is the figure who's defeated the BJP hugely in West Bengal and is seen as a very tall leader at the moment. But does that mean that it will translate into some larger leadership equation for Mamta Banerjee? That is an answer we don't have right now. In fact, Mamta Banerjee herself remarked that I am not a VIP. In fact, I am LIP, that's what she said, and I'm the least important person. But what is very important with Mamta Banerjee's visit, her meeting of Sonia Gandhi, her meeting with the media in Delhi, is some sort of an opposition noise being created. That yes, there is an opposition, that could look more organized, that could look more effective, that could look more to the ground and actually raising questions, which the role of the opposition should be, raising questions sharply against the present Narendra Modi government. At the moment, I said, the perception has been that there is a weak opposition. The perception, in fact, has also been to the extent that where is the opposition? Now, everybody's been saying, can there be, some leadership that will emerge other than Rahul Gandhi or other than the Congress? Now, this is a question constantly being asked. In that kind of a scenario, Mamta Banerjee is one person who holds a very important role. When I say Mamta Banerjee holds a very important role, is because, as I said, her success in the recent West Bengal elections and the fact that she's an old leader and the fact that she herself calls herself a street fighter. So you need someone to really take on the might of the BJP. BJP is a very well organized and very well oiled party. It has vast network and it really works on its political strategies. Whereas the opposition has often looked frittered, often looked defocused, does not understand how to move in the next direction. Now, in those circumstances, Mamta Banerjee then becomes a very important figure, according to me. What eventually happens is nothing that I'm predicting right now. But there's no doubt about the fact that she's seen as someone who's the face who took on the BJP in West Bengal and also ensured her victory and a big defeat for the BJP, which is claiming to go way over 200 seats in West Bengal. Now, even in that kind of a scenario, she becomes an important person. The other very important point is that can that create an atmosphere? In politics, timing and atmospherics matter a lot. Can that create an atmosphere where others also come in, other opposition parties also come in, and of course join in with the Congress? So some kind of an arrangement is worked out. That nobody clearly knows. The history of this country is very clear. There has been non-Congress oppositions in this country which have even formed the government. They may not have lasted, but have formed the government. So it's not that easy to just dismiss and say, oh, what will these people do? They can do nothing when they come together. They have too many egos. They have a lot of clashes within themselves. But there comes politics. There comes a time when people do get together and a front is created. Now call it a third front or any other front. That terminology or that name can be figured out later. But for the moment, what I think is important is the fact that there's some sort of an opposition movement on right now which is looking to get itself organized. Now, I hope it looks as it can get organized. It can actually get organized and become effective. And I still make my point again, and my last point again in this column, that Mamta Banerjee, in my opinion, will hold an important role in this entire opposition getting together and looking more organized and effective than it has been in the past. My point.